a song I wrote for Dave and Ann Broder on the occasion of their 80th birthday party in Washington, in Arlington, actually, Virginia, last week. It goes like this. When Dave started out in papers, man, it was rough. Took him 9 months before he could even get his own column. Another year went by before he could go on TV and sit there and look solemn and make pronouncements about the president's announcements. Well, we'll have to see what the American voter thinks about this. And then another 6 months went by before he could write it all down and put it on a bestseller list. Dave's been there, done that. Dave's been there, done that. When he starts to feel the tedium, he just conquers another medium. Dave's been there and done that. Ann started out making cookies for kindergartners and reading them stories after a hectic lunch hour. But she soon turned her attention to the recreational acquisition and wielding of local political power. The ABC, the county board, they all proved reliably receptive to her opinions. She learned what it took to spread the love with an iron fist and a velvet glove and sprinkle each board liberally with your minions. Ann's been there, done that. Ann's been there, done that. Well, if our president had that kind of support, he could get who he wants on the Supreme Court. Ann's been there and done that. Well, every 4 years, Dave would get the urge to interview likely swing voters in the suburbs of St. Joseph, Missouri. Coincidentally, Ann would be seized with an urgent need to experience some distant river's fury. Might be the Amazon, might be the Rhine. She might want to go up the Nile, like Livingston, posthumous. Or not. Maybe just float around on the Aga Khan's yacht across the Mediterranean and up the Bosporus. Ann's been there, done that. Dave's been there, he did it too. While the cat's canvassing Tennessee, the mouse is rafting the Yangtze. They've been there and done that. Some people say Dave's life has been historical. Those people are not speaking allegorical. Dave decorated his den with pieces of the Berlin Wall. 2 he saved from when they built it, and 2 from when he helped it fall. Once a grizzled old editor said to the young cub reporter, "Kid, we gotta do this presidential election right. You know, old Broder's been around here forever, and I think after this go-around, he might just walk out of his office, close the door, and turn out the light." Well, that was in 1984. He said that again in 88, in 92, 96, Y2K. Today that cub reporter's collecting Social Security. Dave's looking into the funding for his expose. Dave's been there and done that. I said, he's been there and done that. Yep, you could lose a whole lot of dough betting when Broder's gonna go. Dave's been there and done that. Once Arlington was nothing but an outlaw town, full of cons, grifters, and their ladies of the evening gown. Then Ann came along and showed him how to walk a different line. That's why the politicians in Arlington today are so much more refined. Remember that big art show when everybody had to go and see all 17 Vermeers? The day I went, I found Anne sitting outside on a bench, just dabbing softly at the tears. I said, "Hey Anne, what's the matter? Don't take it so rough. These paintings are good, but I don't know if they're the greatest paintings that ever got done." She said, "Oh, Joe, it's not the art. I just have to cry when I think what I spent to see them one by one. Anne's been there and done that. She's been there and done that. You better get a head start if you want to beat Anne at art. Anne's been there and done that." Well, once Anne built herself a palace with all of Lake Michigan for a moat. And if you want to go and see her, it's about as far as Tanzania. 2 airplanes, a rental car, and a boat. You should. I heard even Dave's going to be up there this summer to get away from the DC glow and glitter. He'll need some quiet time to update his Facebook page and to text Haynes Johnson on Twitter. They've been there and done that. Yeah, Ann and Dave, they done that. When you got nothing left to prove, you might as well sit and enjoy the view. And Ann and Dave, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.